#10 Best Episodes of Star Trek. The Next Generation Season 5, ranked. Star Trek. The Next Generation hit its creative stride by the time it reached Season 5. With its brilliant mix of philosophical sci-fi, deep character development, and moral complexity, the season featured some of the finest hours in Trek history. Whether it was tackling timeless ethical questions, confronting personal trauma, or pushing the boundaries of reality, Season 5 proved TNG was more than just a syndicated sci-fi show. It was prestige television before the term existed. Here are the 10 best episodes of Star Trek. The Next Generation Season 5, ranked from great to greatest. 10. The Game. Wesley Crusher returns, only to find the crew addicted to a mind-controlling game. While not the most profound episode, The Game earns a spot for its eerie, tech addiction premise and surprisingly prescient social commentary. Released in 1991, it eerily mirrors today's obsession with dopamine-triggering mobile apps. Ashley Judd's debut as Ensign Robin Leffler is a fun bonus, and watching Wesley play space spy to save the ship makes this episode a suspenseful and entertaining ride. 9. Iborg. The Enterprise rescues a crashed Borg drone, Hugh, and the crew is forced to confront their own ethics. What begins as a potential tactical advantage using Hugh to infect the Borg collective transforms into a powerful meditation on individuality, compassion, and morality. Iborg redefines the Borg threat by humanizing it, forcing Picard and the crew to face the line between strategy and genocide. He would later become an important character in Star Trek. Picard. But it all started here, with empathy. 8. Conundrum. The crew's memories are wiped, and they must figure out who they are, and which side of a war they're on. This high-concept mystery lets us see familiar characters through unfamiliar lenses, leading to interesting pairings and personality surprises like Worf assuming he's the captain. Conundrum balances intrigue with humor and makes for a classic case of identity versus duty. The twist is satisfying, and the episode remains a fundamental puzzle from beginning to end. 7. Power Play. Possessed by alien spirits, Troy, Data, and O'Brien take over the ship. Power Play offers a rare opportunity to see normally restrained characters act with intense aggression and menace. The performances, particularly Marina Sirtis as an evil Troy, are chilling. The episode is tight, tense, and almost horror-infused. It also gives O'Brien more of the spotlight in TNG, something that would pay dividends when he moved to Deep Space Nine. 6. Cause and Effect. The Enterprise keeps exploding, and only a time loop can explain it. This mind-bending episode is a perfect example of TNG's ability to turn a simple premise into a masterclass in storytelling. Director Jonathan Frakes delivers tension with minimal variation, and watching the crew slowly become aware of the loop is deeply satisfying. Cause and Effect is like Groundhog Day meets Star Trek, long before that was a common trope in sci-fi. 5. Unification I and II. Spock defects to Romulus in hopes of achieving peace between Vulcans and Romulans. A two-part political thriller, Unification bridges TNG with the original series and gives fans the emotional gift of seeing Leonard Nimoy's Spock again. But this is more than a cameo. Spock's mission is a logical evolution of his character, and his philosophical debate with Picard and Sarek's earlier appearance is a highlight of the series. It's an episode about legacy, diplomacy, and the weight of hope. 4. Ensign Ro. A Byron officer joins the Enterprise, bringing with her a tragic past and a hint of rebellion. Introducing Michelle Forbes as Ro Laren was a stroke of genius. Her character shook up the dynamic on the bridge and brought in a harder, more cynical edge. The episode also plants early seeds for what would become DS9's Byron conflict. With political complexity and a fascinating new character, Ensign Ro gave TNG a much-needed injection of grit. 3. Darmok. Picard is stranded on a planet with an alien captain who speaks only in metaphor. Darmok is a shining example of science fiction as a mirror for understanding. The universal translator fails, and Picard must bridge a cultural divide not through force, but through story and empathy. Darmok and Jalad at Tanagra became an iconic phrase, symbolizing the episode's central theme. Communication is not just about words, it's about meaning. This episode is Trek at its most poetic,